Good morning one more time. Welcome to webinar which is dedicated to Weller. My name is Miriama and I will be your admin today. This webinar for Weller will be presented by Rudolf Hurl. And at the beginning, before I pass word to Rudolf, I would like to take some organization issues at the beginning. First of all, if there is any question regarding WebEx, so please write me to chat. And if there is any question for presenter and regarding the presentation, please write your question to Q&A window, and during presentation, Rudolf will answer them. Whole webinar will be recorded, so you can find it on our web page next week. Whole presentation, whole video. There is one more thing I would like to ask. If you have a couple more minutes for after this webinar, at the end there is a short survey, and we will be really glad if you provide us with your feedback regarding the webinar. And a couple of you will be drawn by a lot and can win RM hand tool, a roll of Weller WSW solder wire, or 50% discount for soldering station WSD 81E. So now, no more talking from me, and I will pass word to Rudolf to start his presentation. Hello, Rudolf. Can we hear each other?
Yes. Good morning, all together.
Okay. So I will pass you a role, and you can start your presentation. So you can share it with us.
So hopefully you see.
Okay, we can see it, so you can go ahead.
Okay, let's start. First of all, I'm glad to be your presenter today. So my name is Rudolf Hurl. I'm working for Weller now since '98 as a self-employed man, and I'm responsible for SOS Electronics and their mother company, Conrad Electronics in Germany. So let's talk about Weller, and I hope that I bring something new to you on the first side and on the other side. If there are any questions, write it down and we will answer them as soon as possible. So Weller Tools. Weller Tools is a company which belongs to an American group, which is called the Apex Tool Group. The Apex Tool Group is founded in the year 2010. That's a company which is owned by Cooper Tools and Danaher. For example, Danaher also owns the Fume management systems. So all over the world, we have 7,600 employees, and our revenue is $1.2 billion US. On the other side, 1st of February 2013, the Apex Tool Group is sold by Bain Capital, which is an investment company, and the value was $1.6 billion US in that time. So something about Bain Capital: the complete company has a turnover around $67 billion US in the year 2012. So, and it's much more now. If you're interested, you find the internet page on that site, so you can check this if you want. Here is the complete overview about our company, the facilities, and for Weller, we are based in Bietigheim. That's the production place for this complete solder and desolder equipment, and the development center. We have another plant which is in Mexico. There will be both the soldering irons which are running directly to the net. And on the other side, we have another facility in Switzerland. This is the place where we manufacture the hand tools. All the other places are, let me say, production places and offices all around the world where you can find the employees of our company from the Apex Tool Group. So, and now we are coming to the part, what is Weller? Weller is a company which produces soldering, desoldering systems, irons, technology, filtration, and precise hand tools. We see our market segment, if we look at the complete segment, in the R&D startup production part and the repair part. In the mass production, you find our systems only in a small amount, because normally we have their formation processes, so no hand soldering will be there done. History about Weller. So you see a nice picture of our plant, and it's still looking a little bit the same. It was built or opened in 1958 by an American guy, Carl Weller, and since 1970 we belong to the Cooper Industries concern. We are the first which produces temperature controlled soldering station and the first digital controller. And the facility you see on the picture is opened in 89. And 2011 we will get our name Weller Tools back. So in that case, Weller is only a brand before, and we belong to the Cooper Tools Group or Hand Tools Group. So we changed that name like American companies did it recently. Here you see the places where we are, let me say, covered with offices and production, and so we are working all around the world. And now we are coming to the portfolio. So this is the regular place you see where you find our production units. So we are, let me say, we are start working with the Fume extraction, soldering pits, soldering stations, the tools, rework. We have the hand tools, screwdrivers. We are doing some dispense systems, and we have reheating systems. So, are there any questions to that point? Because now we are coming to a little bit in the product line. Okay, I've seen that question.
Can you hear me, Rudolf? I have one question.
Yes.
We have one question. One participant look for WD1 for personal use. WSD81i. What is better?
I've seen the question which is coming in. So let me say it's hard to say, because normally I would say the WSD81E is better than the WD1. It's the older design which we had from the stations design, but it's the small electronic features inside the system, the WSD81E. For the WD1, it's a little bit the same features, but we can only work regularly with the WP80 soldering iron, and with the WSD81E you have different opportunities. The WP65 iron have 65 watts, and the WSD80 which has 80 watts. But for the real difference of the soldering irons, we have later on a part which you can see the difference in the heating in the from the technologies.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So far I have no other question, so we can go ahead with the presentation.
Okay, so as you see, if you look at the picture with the sound, you see the difference between the WSD80 or 81 and the WSD81E. That's the black bottom. That's the only difference. So you can recognize some features. And inside the features, we have the adjustable offset. We could switch the display mode in Fahrenheit or in Celsius. We can pass in a standby time. We could lock the system with a 3-digit code. We could set a temperature window, for example, that the user could only change the temperatures between the window. And we could set, for example, the bottom to 320 degrees and the top to 360. And the user only the possibility to change within between 320 and 360 degrees. So we could say 342, for example, 350, but not more and not less. And we could set it back to the delivery values. This is something which we had not before. For the WSD series, we have to use a separate box to bring in the features. So this is now integrated and very easy to use. And now we are coming to the, let me say, to a newer product, that's the WX series. And this is something where we changed a little bit our design. You will see it. The challenge for us was coming from the WSD series to the WD series, where we have the series with the M, with the microcontroller. This is the second series of the WD, where we can use the micro tools, and we are looking for something new. And this is a step which we did, which is also a new thing for Welle, because we now have a second family of soldering tools. That means the WX tools could not use on the WD stations, WSD stations. And this is the first time that I changed this, because normally if you bring a new system on the market, you could use the old tool on the new system. But this is not possible with the new series, because we need much more control on the tool, and so we need more lines, and we could not do it with the old connector. So you see on the new system, we have some different menus. We have different languages in the system, so we could choose it by using the button. Hopefully you see my mouse, which shows the display and the control unit. And we could change it there. So we have the opportunity, if you look at the display, we have different sections in the display. We could use the status information, the standby or the graph, where you see the power, and you see when it's dark if it uses power. We have on the WX2, we have two systems, so we have two different soldering stations combined in one station. And for every station, we have preset temperatures we can use, and you could change this what you want. And we have the set temperature and all that stuff which is shown. You see in our menu, we have the tool-specific parameters, and we have unit-specific parameters. Tool parameters are the parameters for the soldering tool. The unit specifications are that for the system. Screen saver, for example, contrast, password, change between the language or the grad Fahrenheit or grad Celsius. And on the other side is the standby temperature, standby time, out of offset, performance mode. Yes, a knife tip is also possible for all the different tools which we shown. I show you later on the tools. We have a system which has in the system with 2 units where you can put in 2 units, 255 watts, and on the single system 200 watts. And we have now intelligent tools. That means all the data which you give to the tool are recognized in the tool. So if you change the tool from station 1, for example, to station 2, you don't have to bring the station your temperatures. The temperatures are remembered inside the tool. And you see the blue light in the middle of the tool that shows you whether the tool is ready or the tool is repairing itself. And there's another advantage of the tool. There is a sensor inside the tool. If you lay it down and it still lays on the table, the sensor passes the information to the station and it was switched on to the standby time if you set the standby time. So if you take it in your hand, it goes in the other way and heat it up. So for the WX station, we have different tools. If you start on the left, that's our smallest tool, the WXMP, which has active tips. That means active tip, the tip and the heating element are 1 unit, and you could change it very easily. You only need to bring it out of the handle. This is the silver one, is the handle. From that black point is the tip. You also have the tweezer, the WXMP, and this is also active tool. And on the other side, then we start with the soldering irons with the normal heating things. That's the WXD65, the 65 watts, and so effective like the WSD80 tool or the WP80 tool from the old stations. And we have a tool with more power, the WX220, and for much more power we have WX200, which allows you 200 watts in the hand tool. And there are more functions inside the system. You could use it as a benchtop controller tool. You could connect it with on the right side, for example, with the Fume instruction system, where you could control the Fume instruction system. And on the other side, you could also control the preheating systems. On the front of the system, we have the USB port, which you could use for very easy the parameter configuration. You could use it as a data logger, or it's more interest if there's a new firmware on the system. For example, if they create a new language or new features for new hand tools, you could get the firmware very easily via email. You put it on a USB stick, you go to the system, and then you load it up to the system. And this is takes a few seconds with no separate tool to get it, so it's very easy. On that way, you could also bring in for example, the information. If you will do that as a master user. You could bring all the information to the USB stick and then program all the systems with the same file. Only put the USB stick in and start the system again. And so you see at the summary what's the WX series, and then we have seen all. And now comes the video again from the soldering. So I would say I bring all videos to Miriama, and she could pass it all to you after the meeting. That makes it easier before we try something again, which perhaps does not work. So I'm free for that. Any questions to that point now?
Yes, we have a couple more. Yes, we have a couple more questions. First question is there available a knife type soldering tip for WSD81i?
Yes. It's it's possible, and the WSP81 has the LT tips, and the LT tips, I gave that pass you the information now. I first have to look inside the catalog. That's the LTKN knife tip, and the part number is 47999, and it's a width from 60.5 millimeters.
Okay. So thank you for the answering, and we have one more question. What is the possibility of language station menu?
Okay, I have to say, for example, we could get German, English, French, Italian, I think Spanish is on, Chinese. I'm not sure whether we have it ready in Czech language or Slovakian language. I have to check this. Okay, now we come to the second part of our company, and you see the color is a little bit different on that part. And this is Welle FT, that stands for Welle Filter Technologies. FT is a brand which Welle bought years before, the Scandinavian company Electronics. And we did it last year that we bring all companies together, and that's now the new company brand Welle FT, which is responsible for the fume extraction in our part. Why is fume extraction important? So these are things which I could not say to you because everyone thinks about a little bit different. I would say if you solder, you have to use a fume extraction system. It's only a thing for the health point of your life. There are two different things. If you use lead-free solder, that's in Germany, it's a must to use filter extraction, fume extraction system for soldering when you use lead-free solder. I'm not sure about the regulations in your country, but these should be a little bit the same because you also belong to the European Union, and that's a must there. We have two different systems, kind of system you could use. On the one side, the exhauster, which gives you the complete working area, or you could use the exhauster for get direct on the tip. So here are some points why you should use it, and everyone which looks at that page should not look at the nice girl in the middle. So we have to think about only things. Headaches is something which you get, eye irritation, you get nosebleeds, you have problems with the asthma, stuff like that. And this is real dangerous for lead-free. You could see the small parts inside, and this is something which is really crazy. Because if you look at the fume, and this is only a small solder joint, and you see the white thing inside the middle, which is not exhausted, this is crazy. Here are some regulations about the ROHS. And now we come to the point which you use. And this is something you can read after 90 minutes lead-free soldering with 1 millimeter solder wire and 3% flux. You see the difference inside the tube. And this is normally the stuff which you got in the nose, inside your body. So if you see that, you see why it's so important to use fume extraction if you use lead-free solder, because it's for the body it's up to 17 times more dangerous like leaded solder. So it's not a funny thing. So you see the concentration, and we have the different things. We start without filter. You see the concentration in the air. We say with the table units, which is only exhauster and a filter next before, and you blow it direct in the room. And then you see with the tip extraction and with the hood or arm extraction. So and for everything, you have to find the right filter system. You have to do education and motivation for the operator to use that system. You have to be careful about the filters and the maintenance is the main important thing, because normally the filters have to be changed once a year, because then the active part, which takes away the smell, is loaded and it smells crazy. Here you see our filters, the compact filter, the main filter. That's a two-component filter. We have the HEPA filter on one side, and on the other side the gas filter, which is activated carbon and uracil permanganate. So that's something which works together, and we have this we use this now, this kind of technology, since more than 6-7 years. And this is the thing, the activated carbon, they are packed together, and then it takes in. And these are the two different systems. On the left side, you have the tip extraction. On the right side, you have the volume extraction. Okay, for all this, I have to say some words to the heating technologies. The thing is, we have three different technologies. We have the active tips. Active tip means we have the solder tip and the heating element are one part, and they are very, very fast on the demand, and they are the powerful tool we have. And then we have the power controlled. That's the WXP, the 120 watts tool, the WXP 65 tool, and the WXP 200 tool. That means we have different technology and measurement system to bring the heat more effective to the tip. And then we have the silver line, which is with the heating technology from the WXP 81 with the 80 watts tool, for example. All our tools, and now back to the presentation, all our tools are ESD safe. That means we have different opportunities to ground the system, and that's very easy shown in the middle. So we have a connector which you could use with a 1 meg resistance, or you can use it with a wire to bring it to the regular ground. And on the other side, it's very important to be ESD safe. So you see all these informations, and we have one thing, which is that we say the monitoring of the ground wire is not required for weather devices because we have all these different things inside our system. So now we come to a part which is the WSW solder wire, which is also new for our product line. Solder wire is something which is very important to make good solder joints. We use a solder wire which is, we say there are some things in which makes the tip life longer and allows you to work with another kind of tip series. We have for all our stations, we have high power tips, and these high power tips they have less iron on the tip side, which if you use a regular solder wire, we damage the tips much faster than the regular tip. With the WSV solder wire, we have also in the wire we have some iron parts, and we bring back the iron, and we say this makes the tip life a little bit longer. So important is the homogeneous flux distribution inside the wire. And so we get all this information. We see on the bottom, we see the difference from time. Within 3 seconds, you see them on the right picture, you see the real good solder joint. We have the durability test, means 220,000 cycles, and you see the iron layer on the tip with the new tip and the copper inside. And you see some pictures from the damage. If we go to the 350 degrees line, we see the linkage with the solder, with the WSV solder wire is less than in the middle picture with the regular lead-free wire, and on the right picture you see the leaded wire. So I would say with the WSV solder wire, you come close, very close to the tip used from the lead wire, from the lead wire. So, and if you look at the 380 degrees bottom, at the line, you see if you bring more temperature to the tip, the tip life will be shorter, so you bring more alloy from the tip in the solder joint. So now the part maintenance and care of soldering tips. You have to clean your solder tips. Normally we say you have to bring it to a point which we use the dry cleaning. This makes the tip life a little bit longer than the regular one. You should not use chemicals on to clean the tips, and you should not use a wet sponge to clean the tip. Because if you put it in, let me say, if you try to do a real wet sponge, what you do is you bring your tip with 350 degrees to a point of the sponge with 25 degrees, and you cool the tip massive down, and you have micro cracks on the surface of the tip. Here you see a little bit more the difference between the dry cleaner and wet cleaning with a sponge, and this makes the temperature shock is much higher with the wet cleaning. It's the purple line, as on the dry cleaning with the dark with the dark black line. With the dry cleaning, you have a better cleaning. Your residues are away from the tip, and you have less temperature, which is much important. And you should use stainless steel or brass wool for that. Here are some additional parts for the tip cleaning, or how to reduce tip temperature or control tip temperature with the old systems. You could have a stop and go holder, which we call them. You could use with the WXV series, we have this sensor inside the soldering irons. On the other side, to get better results, you should use a preheating that makes the temperature difference from the iron to the board in some other parts more attractive. We have the tip activator to reactivate oxidized tips in hot condition. But the thing is, if you, for example, if you use that tip activator as a standard cleaning tool, the time between the first clean and the second clean will be getting smaller. I mean, if you do it the first time after 50 solder joints, you will get it the second time, for example, after 45 solder joints, and you damage the tip too with that thing. We have a polishing bar for the cleaning in cold condition, but this is only with massive and huge tips, not with the small and fine tips, because there is only a small amount of material on the tip, and this is crazy. You should retin it, normally would say with the WSV solder wire. And then we come to the last part, and this is, we are now a little bit faster than I planned, because I miss all my videos, and this is not so well. We have also education in our company, and we offer this education also to in the field. So that means we have our instructors who come visit customers and make solder training and stuff like that, and IPC training. So this is the opportunity which we also offers to customers. We are not only offering soldering systems and desoldering systems and spare parts, so we also offering education. And now we come to the last foil, which says best solutions from Weller provided by Weller. That means we produce professional tools. On the other side, we have the customer application, and we try to find the best application for the customer, best tools for the application. And that's it. Any questions? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So now I don't have any questions. So if we have done with the presentation, or do you have any other video or anything?
The thing is, the videos are the same videos I have to bring in the presentation, and I'm not sure whether this will work if we try it again. So I would pass all these videos to you, and you could split it on the web page to all the.
Okay, but now we have one more question. Is there any video of right cleaning of tips?
There is a video of the cleaning of the tips, yes, and you will get this too.
Okay, if you send me, we will also upload it to our web page. Probably next week will be whole presentation from video from this presentation launch on our website, and it will be whole article with the presentation and also with the additional video from the presentation. So next week it will be on our web. Okay, which sharp-ended soldering tip provide the best thermal transfer? Is the next question.
Yeah, I read the question.
Excuse me?
I read the question now and think about it. To provide the best thermal transfer. Okay, you normally should take a triple tip. If you want a real sharp, if you take a thin tip like 0.2 millimeters or 0.5 millimeters, like a needle, you do not really have a very good thermal transfer. So you should use, if it's possible, use a little bit other shapes. For example, a chisel tip with 0.8 millimeters, or we have a special tip like the LTF series, which is has a little bit rounded point from 1.2 millimeters. You could bring on the solder joint, or if you put your soldering iron a little bit, you turn it, and you have a small, like a small tip on the corner, but this is there is the difference between the needle tip and that tip is that we have the copper closer to the tip end. That means we bring more temperature to the solder joint.
Okay, thank you. The other question is, as a general rule, dry cleaning is better recommended by Weller than wet cleaning with a sponge, for example?
Yeah, dry cleaning is better for the tip life as cleaning with a sponge. And this is not only for Weller tips, that's for all tips on the market.
Okay. So now I don't see any more questions. So if you have any further question, also after this webinar, please feel free to contact us, and we will pass this answer to this question to Rudolf to answer it. So to this point, I would really like to thank you, Rudolf, for your presentation. And now we have one more question, so I stop my ending. And now the question is about the. Okay, it's a question about the price you can get for fulfill a survey. So about this discount, I will contact you and will let you know, because regarding the discount you can get 50% off. It's only for one of participants who will be drawn by a lot, and the particular winner will get more information about how to apply this discount. So it was question for us. Okay, so if there is no more question, I would like to thank you for your presentation. So next week there will be a whole presentation uploaded on our video in the article, like record from webinar, where you can find all the videos, and also videos which doesn't work properly during this presentation, unfortunately. So one more thanks for your attendance. One more thank you, Rudolf, for your presentation. And I would like to remind you, if you have a couple more minutes to fulfill this short survey after this webinar, and you can win even this 50% discount for soldering station, or RM hand tool, or roll of Valor WSW solder wire provided by Valor. And also, I would like to invite you to our further webinars, which will be taking place in September. During summer, we will have a little break. So thank you one more time for your attendance, for your time. And next week also you can find on our webpage who will win these valuable prizes from Valor. So thank you and have a nice day.
So thank you all attendees. So I'm sorry that my presentation had some mistakes with the videos. So I tried it on my computer, it works, I see all and I listen to all. Hopefully the next time we will be a little bit better prepared and we could see that what I see. So, but you get all the information on the SOS webpage next week. I passed this to Liljana and also the presentation, and you could get my contact details if you have more questions from Liljana. So it was a pleasure for me to do that, and I would say have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.